Today, we'll talk about an eye-opener topic which most people take for granted. Rental scams. For sure, sometime in your life, you have either leased or rented an apartment or a home. Before, we used to find them in newspapers or yard signs, right? Now, we find them mostly online. We use our phones to search sometimes. We go to popular sites like Zillow, Craigslist, or any other free rental sites. Today, we will talk about how to avoid rental scams, what are the possible warning signs that you're being scammed, and how to report a rental scammer. Let's explore it right now. Hi, Jennifer Yuinko of Texas Home Group. Welcome to my channel. By the way, watch till the end of the video as I will provide you a free gift. My moving guide checklist is now available for download. I'll give that to you for free. So on to our topic, how to avoid rental scams and how to report a rental scammer. I thought about sharing this topic to you because one of my rental listings was used by a scammer. Good thing we were able to find out what the scammer was doing before it caused potential harm financially. These scammers are victimizing innocent people and taking advantage of them. We need to be aware and be vigilant in all these things. This is the reason I would like to share this timely topic to you. I would not like for you to experience the same thing. I know everybody needs a place to stay, whether buying or leasing a house. We all need a roof at the end of the day, right? But who would like to be in this situation? It is hard to trust anybody nowadays, especially online. They pretend to help you, but in reality, they are vipers or snakes. I'm really upset on what is happening nowadays. And scammers use several tactics to get money from people. Would you believe that? And it's sad when these people who are innocent are victimized by these fraudsters. I hope these tips will help you avoid them and make informed decisions. The story goes like this. Take note, I have no idea that this is happening till I got a call from one of the potential renters. And the good thing is they managed to find my contact information before the alleged scammer took their hard-earned money. So for my rental listing, I always hire a professional photographer and have showcased majority of my listings by putting it in the MLS or what we call the multiple listing service. I use the HAR website. This is where we post our listing here in the greater Houston area, whether for lease or for sale. The HAR website is a reputable site, so I suggest when you are searching for homes for rent or for sale, particularly here in the greater Houston area, this is the site that you can go to. HAR syndicates also this to several sites online. When I say syndicate, it automatically feeds our listings to various online portals and websites. Example like Realtor.com website, Cron.com, broker agent websites, Zillow.com, etc. Since my listing is a rental, when I posted the listing in HAR website, it automatically syndicated this in Apartments.com website. Honestly, I did not know at first that it will go to this particular site because there are several websites that HAR syndicates too. Nevertheless, it is an added website for which you can find rentals. But how did I know about this? A potential renter called me and said if I have a listing at 123 ABC Drive listed at $1,000 per month. And I confirmed to the potential renter that she is right, that I have a listing located at that particular address. But it is listed at $1,500 per month and not $1,000 as she has mentioned. Take note that the actual figures and property address here are not disclosed for privacy reasons. I've asked her, where she found the listing, and she said that she found it in apartments.com website. So to cut the story short, I immediately went to Google, went to the apartments.com website, and found my listing. I not only one, but I found two of them. One listing that's syndicated from HAR.com website because I did not input it in the apartments.com website, and another one that is a complete duplicate listing showing a lease price of $1,000 per month. Not only that, what the scammer did is put an incorrect lease price and at the same time lease terms. They indicated pets are allowed and that all utilities are included. My listing does not include any of those. So their goal is to really lure you to the listing so you can inquire and call them directly. Would you believe when I saw it, there's really a name of the name of the person, the scammer, and their number. So I called apartments.com asking them to delete it immediately. And they found out that the listing came from another site that's syndicated to them. In other words, they have no control what comes into their website, so they apologized, right? And they said they rely on realtors like us and the public, you guys, to be vigilant and report any scammers and or fraudulent activity. Tip number 1, investigate further. Make sure to Google the property address and do your due diligence. I suggest to go to a local real estate website like HAR.com to make sure that the property you're seeing online is legitimate or accurate. I do not recommend going to Zillow or Trulia websites directly because the listing here are not up to date. I know it's ironic that HAR syndicates to these websites, right? Which means the listings are fresh. But not all of the listings in Zillow and or Trulia come from HAR.com. Some of them are either from for sale by owners or for lease by owners or investors that add listings and scammers. It's easy to create an account here because it is free. Sometimes you see listings here that's either already sold, under contract, but still shows active in Zillow and or Trulia. This is the reason why I do not recommend going to these websites directly. So if you found something or a listing that is too good to be true, then go with your gut feel because for sure it is too good to be true. Would you believe this is not the first time I have received a call from this particular listing? A second potential renter called me again, and this time it is almost close call for them in providing their hard-earned money. He called me to confirm if I'm the agent for the listing at 123 ABC Drive property. I said yes, and this time he said that it is listed for $1,200 per month. I said no, it's not. Then he said, my friend found your listing and we're talking to a person named John Doe. And he said that in order to process the application, we needed to pay the application fee up front. The owner preferred not to have a realtor in order to avoid paying commission, and that he, we'll call him John Doe, right, is the owner of the property. The fraudster even provided them an email address. The email address that the fraudster scammer used is blessingsxxx@gmail.com. Would you believe that? Using blessing as if they are a blessing to a person or a nice person. Again, pretending and very deceiving. The potential renter even informed me that since John Doe is not available to show the property to them, what he did is he drove to the property, to my property, right? And there he found my lockbox and my sign. And this is how he was able to contact me. So, second tip, make sure to ask the scammer if he or she can open the property for you or show the property. For sure, they'll say, no, I'm not available, I'm out of state. If not, go to the actual property to see if it's legitimate. If you're out of town or out of state, ask for a friend to help you or seek help through a realtor or real estate agent by checking reviews and testimonials. For sure, They will be able to assist you in this regard. The third tip, if they're asking money upfront, or if they ask money without you even viewing the property, then that is definitely or a potential red flag. If they screen you with no fees, of course, then that is fine. Nowadays, listing agents receive more than 50 calls requesting for showing, and in order to be efficient, agents filter those renters by having them answer a basic questionnaire or review the tenant selection criteria to make sure they meet the minimum requirements. It is a waste of time showing to potential renters if they don't even meet income or credit score requirements. Fourth tip, compare prices. Usually you can check the typical market lease price for a particular city. If the average lease price is around $1,500 per month and the house that you like is $1,000 per month, then definitely that is a red flag. Fifth tip, when you pay, make sure not to pay using cash, wire transfers, or gift card. Usually, legitimate rentals ask for a cashier's check payable to a certain individual and or a brokerage company. Number 6, once you found the property and you think it is going very well, another thing to check is to make sure to sign a written lease. No verbal or oral lease agreement. Everything should be signed and documented. But wait, before you sign, make sure to verify the landlord or the owner of the property. And the way to do this is by checking the tax records or public documents. Number 7, check if the agreement has you subleasing the property. Not a lot of landlords are allowing this type of arrangement, so be wary if the scammer is asking you to sign a sublease agreement. This is a potential red flag. Number 8, scammers sometimes do not do credit or background check and or rushes at everything. They rush you to sign a lease and pay application fee and security deposit. So that is a red flag. Number 9, avoid the scam of a middleman. What do I mean by this? You will see them usually in websites like Craigslist or any online websites with classifieds. They are not the real owner, but another person is placing an ad on behalf of the owner. There was a study conducted understanding Craigslist rental scams, which I will include in the description below. It says that around 29,000 scam listings were detected. Would you believe that? It's so many. Last but not the least, if all utilities are included as part of the lease, then this may be another sign that it might be a scam. Do not get me wrong. There are rentals or apartments or rental with utilities included. Again, this is only one sign that you can be mindful of. Let's say you got scammed. How do you report a rental scammer? Here are a few simple steps. First, call the police. Give them the details. Second, call the FTC or Federal Trade Commission. Their toll-free hotline is 1-877-FTC-HELP. I'll include that in the description. Fill in their FTC online complaint form. You can also file a complaint on the Internet Crime Complaint Center. You can also contact your legal advisor or attorney. And lastly, make sure to leave a negative review on where you found the post ad in the website so nobody else will be a victim. I hope you have learned how to avoid rental scams and how to report a rental scammer. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, the notification bell, and the subscribe button so you'll receive up-to-date and up-to-the-minute videos every Tuesdays. Again, this is Jennifer Yuinko. You are my priority for anything real estate, serving Houston, Tumble Spring, and the surrounding cities. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.